Well,
Yes,
we're
it
going to
is.
find out.
Okay. Yep.
How you guys doing? Sorry I'm up late. We're switching mics. We tried a new mic system. Doesn't work. So it's back to the drawing board. So Kimberly will be in the background as she has for too many of my streams. She is my co-host. She is my wife. She is the love of my life. I couldn't do this
Oh,
without her.
golly gee, hon.
Well, it's the truth, baby.
You're the love of my life, Jovi.
And I just want to make sure. There I am. My
Oh,
goodness, I
there
can see
you are.
myself. He, my are.
Here my are.
In longtime viewers will know what that means, right?
Yeah. In
He,
Rachel's
my
eyes.
are.
Yeah. 3-year-old
All
little
right.
girl.
Hey, everybody. I hope you're all having a great beginning to a weekend. Thank God. Thank God it's Friday, baby.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I could use, yeah,
Yeah, Friday.
a good,
Friday's a great day.
I could use a good weekend, you know?
Yeah, that's true, huh?
Um, and tonight, by the way, my title for tonight is so long. We have so much to cover, okay? That I couldn't even put a hashtag on it. You know, that's always good to do. But I didn't want to lose a single word of this title. And as a matter of fact, you'll see at the end of it TF151. That stands for Tribal Forum 151. We've done over 150 of these, okay? And the Tribal Forum, for all new viewers, is where I make regular videos, all right? And they're a little more polished, edited to where I make sense pretty much from the throughout the entire video, or at least I like to think I do. And here live, I don't have that luxury of editing what comes out and everything. And so what I do is we've made the tribal forum a place where you're the star. I start the conversation. Kimberly's going to be watching. We'll be bringing up some of your comments. I already like a comment here from a couple of you. Uh, who is it? Gerald? Uh,
Gerald
Gerald
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Yeah.
All right. And did you say Gerald was from New York?
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Okay, good. He could be a
East
very
Coast
good
boy. Yeah.
source of intelligence here uh, regarding some of the people we're going to be talking about here. And it's good to get an East Coast feel versus West Coast, but you know what? It doesn't matter what coast we're on, it doesn't matter what country we're in. We're all human beings, and if you're on this channel, you love rock and roll, specifically classic rock. We're going to talk about some of the greatest classic rock bands uh, tonight. All right. I've got five, one, two, three, four, five bands that we need to talk about. All right. Most of these bands I've covered in passing. Okay, to make a point, or if something big blew up, maybe an isolated video on them. And really, I would say that's true for every one of these bands except for Foreigner. Here's the title. Here's what the entire stream is about. And hear me out because I want to hear your honest opinion about this. The title is Bon Jovi, The Beach Boys, drop the S, and David Lee Roth, Foreigner, and Lynyrd Skynyrd should retire yesterday. Would have been too late. I mean, now, right now. Okay. And for different reasons. For different reasons. Before we get into that, I want to remind everybody here on the forum, we have what I call the unholy 10 killers of classic rock. It's like the anti 10 commandments, right? If the 10 commandments were good for the Israelites, doesn't matter what religion you're in, kept them in line, nobody could keep the damn commandments, but people thought more than once before they broke those commandments, right? Then this is the anti 10 commandments of classic rock. Do these things, and I guarantee you, our beloved art form known as classic rock, rock and roll, or just rock, however you look at it, pop rock, prog rock, heavy metal rock, okay, heavy rock, Okay? It doesn't matter. You do these things, and it is my firm belief that you're looking uh, to destroy the entire credibility of the art form, and you are turning it into a circus. Number one, we covered this last night on my uh, private stream. I stream once a week. It's called Michael After Dark, and boy, I surprised you guys last night, didn't I? I just showed up. I just showed up. Didn't think I'd get one person in. I see Michael Boswell's in. He was in. Is Beast in yet, babe?
Um, Beast isn't in yet.
Okay,
But I'm
but
sure he
Beast
will be.
Beast was in. A brand new one of our female members got in. Cindy Yahoo
Oh,
came in.
awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And so you guys know
Miss
we
Ben
talked.
Lane is in.
Yeah, Miss Ben Lane's in.
Yes.
Long
Hi,
time.
Miss Ben
Oh,
Lane.
her and I have had a correspondence, baby, for the majority of the time I've been on this channel. She goes way back, if not to even the first year, but or at least as long as I've been a rock channel anyway. Haven't you, Miss Ben Lane? We've
Yeah.
had some great conversations in the comments, right?
Awesome.
As I've had with pretty much anybody's in here. Gerald's a new person. Zuma, I've had great conversations with. You are all so active. You're what makes this tick. And in last night's stream, by the way, how do you view that? There's really only one way. I do a TV show just like I'm doing right now. Same quality,
boy.
same effort
my
put in
God.
once a week for my members.
Oh,
And
my goodness.
if you want a membership, they're for $5, right? And $5 less than a cup of coffee, and you get at least that show. Already, I've put out 2 videos this week in the last 2 or 3 days. Baby, did you have
Woohoo.
something to say?
Oh my goodness, Jimbo.
Oh,
came
good
in,
Lord.
With a $5 super thing.
Jimbo,
And
thank you.
Michael Boswell hit the deuce hammer. He
Oh, my
came in.
goodness.
Michael,
Right.
Michael the Boz.
Well, you know what? Since you got that, I want you to read those, but hold on a second before you do. I
Okay.
do want to give the following people shout outs. We'll get past this. This explains it, right? Okay. I always give a shout out for my last stream. Now, I had to do the last 2 streams because we've been changing how and when I show up, right? So these folks, by the way, before Michael and before Jimbo came in, but they switched it at midnight. Ben was in with a $2 super thanks.
I know.
Oh no, he was still in. As a matter of fact, while we're at this, dig this. His message was, sha la 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 la, live for today. All right, and I couldn't help. I go, oh, grassroots, cool, you know, baby. I looked at the lyrics of that song. This has a lot to do with what we're going to be talking about today. When I think of all the worries people seem to find and how they're in a hurry to complicate their minds by chasing after money and dreams that can't come true. Remember that part. I'm glad that we are different. We've better things to do. May others plan their future. I'm busy loving you, baby. And that is the
that's
truth.
great.
You know, it hit me when I looked up these lyrics, you know. And of course, sha la la la, live for today, you know. Don't worry about tomorrow. Hey, okay? And then the second verse was wonderful. We were never meant to worry the way that people do it. I don't need to hurry. As long as I'm loving you, we'll take it nice and easy and use my simple plan. You'll be my loving woman. I'll be your loving man. We'll take it most from, we'll take the most from living. Have pleasure while we can. Live for today. Okay? And, you know, you can take that song on several different levels. I just want you guys to know that, right? Because a lot of these rock stars that we're going to be talking about tonight are touring because they were so busy living for today and not necessarily in the right way that here they are in their 70s and 80s having to tour while some of them can't sing. I think it was Gerald who brought up McCartney. He loves McCartney, but you know, There is an elephant in the room concerning him. Matter of fact, that's the title of one of my videos on him, baby.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul McCartney and the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the
Now,
room.
before you read these two
Yeah.
new super thanks, I want to give a thanks to Ben Scheidegger again.
Ben, thank you, Ben.
Yes. Natalie Angela gave me a $10 super thanks. Michael
Thank you,
Boswell
Natalie.
was in 1, 2, 3.
Michael is prolific.
I'm going to find 4,
We
5,
call him the boss.
6. So I'll just have to count them up. 5, 10. Oh my goodness, Michael.
Yeah.
15, 12. Lord. $2. So 14, 16, and $18 in the last two streams. Thank you, Michael. We always put it to use, buying new mics that don't work, and then taking new funds and getting better equipment. We try to keep it as low budget as possible, but I think before I'm through, I'm going to have to go with a much better miking system. Okay,
Yeah.
so she gave up. She gave us a $10 super thanks. Royce gave us a $10 super thanks. Thank you, brother. The Four Horsemen, along with Deuces Wild, $5. Ben Scheidecker again, another $2. And Navy Chief came in with a $2 super thanks. I think that was last night. And Ben Scheidecker came in with a $10 super thanks, and a brand new person I'd never seen before, Mr. Adrian Ojeda, with a $10 super thanks. Thank you very much, folks. I appreciate it. And Kimberly, could you read?
I sure will.
Yeah, the two new comments.
Okay, Jimbo. Jimbo gave a $5 super thanks. He says, good to catch a live stream finally. Greetings from a freezing cold Auckland.
Yeah, New Zealand.
Auckland, awesome.
Proof.
Wow, I love New Zealand.
That's proof
I
that.
haven't been there, but the scenery, everything I've seen.
Well,
you're so
three of our
lucky.
favorite movies were filmed.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's
There.
just gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God, the scenery. It's almost mythical.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Wasn't
beautiful.
part of Lord of the Rings.
That's what I was talking
Yeah,
about.
Lord of the Rings.
Three
Yeah.
of our favorite movies. We're a little divided as far as the Hobbit trilogy. It's nowhere near as good. All right, I have my problems with
movie,
it,
but not
but
the
those first
scenery.
three, oh, and the scenery never changes,
Yeah.
But and that's proof, by the way, that the world, that the tribe is worldwide. Clyde.
Yes, I know.
We also have
It's
Brendan
awesome.
1351 in from Australia. Okay. All right, and then what does Michael Boswell say?
Boswell, the Boz. I love this. Please note that not everyone agrees.
Right.
I love it when Michael and Caitlin disagree.
Well, as soon as I was,
I love
see,
it.
I don't know what Michael thinks currently of
Yeah.
Bon Jovi or the Beach Boys or David Lee Roth. I can't remember any comments from him concerning them or Lynyrd Skynyrd, and I'm not saying you haven't made comments, but if you did, it was a long time ago, and they've kind of phased out of my mind. But I do know that I have been dueling, rather gentlemanly, I will say, with Michael Boswell on certain things. Okay, this list I'm going to read before we get going, and I think we have had our disagreements concerning Foreigner.
Yeah.
So yes, Michael, I want that understood. Everything I say here is my opinion. I want to hear people who disagree with me, right? Be respectful, but strongly disagree with me if you want. I've said it a million times. I am not the big Jello sheriff of the universe. I'm just a instigator, I open mouth, insert foot, chomp on it a while, and then remove it and start talking. I mean, that's me in a nutshell. What's my background? My background is I'm a music fan, like most of you, okay? I'm also a musician. I'm a songwriter. I play several instruments, but guitar's my main gig, okay? And I'm not the greatest guitarist.
Awesome
I know,
guitarist,
like
you are.
JCM, Jose, he's twice the guitarist I am,
Yeah.
right? A lot of you know his channel, Led Zeppelin, great Led Zeppelin channel, right? I love the guy. Sometimes he even comes over here. Okay, so I'm not on that level, but I've played professionally, all right? And if my lead guitar doesn't impress you, it won't get in your way either, okay? I wanted to be the world's greatest guitarist until I realized I don't have that bent. And I was more concerned about songwriting anyway. I think that stole what it would take to make me, a tonally correct guitarist, of grand proportions, an Eddie Van Halen or a Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page. You can't touch these guys, right? And I know people who can at least touch them, all right? So the unholy 10 of classic rock to me is AI. We talked about AI last night. We're not going to go into that tonight, but we're talking about Avatar shows. I think Michael and I are coming to a closer understanding on that. We have less disagreements about that. And part of that is because I have changed my approach to it. And if you guys are curious about that and your members, go on over and you can hear my thoughts on it. Okay? All right, and then the other thing, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame needs to die a horrid death, right? I can't stand the organization, and they are responsible for bringing in rap artists, pop artists, hip hop artists, and while we waited for Bad Company for decades upon decades, while we waited for decades for Ozzy Osbourne to be recognized as a solo artist, okay? There's tons of people that are still not in there. They're so far behind, they could never atone for their evil sins against rock and roll. Then lip syncing and backing tracks at live events, okay? I've said that I at least think that on the ticket stub, it should at least say, not everything you are hearing tonight is actually live. Put a fucking disclaimer on it, man. Instead of fooling the fans and everything. I've talked about, Don Henley of the Eagles. Man, the man's lip syncing. I wouldn't doubt if the other Eagles are playing to backing tracks as well, because they're playing in a venue that almost demands it most of the time, because they're old men now. They're embarrassing, and they got to go to Las Vegas where all the old folks go. And in between shows, they just rock in their chair. And then he gets up there and he doesn't even have to, most of the time, he's not even fucking drumming anymore. He's Mr., and we're going to talk about that tonight concerning Bon Jovi, or should we call specifically Don Bon Jovi, okay? Major fan. Matter of fact, let me look at these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a major fan of all 5 artists tonight, folks, in the past. What's that, baby?
We've got Bruce Kalan in the chat tonight.
Hey, Bruce, how you doing?
Hi, Bruce.
Okay, so we're talking about lip syncing. Concert tickets, we may brush on that a little bit tonight. Okay, they've gone matter of fact, we will brush on that. That's part of what I want to talk about. Touring with no new material. How many of these people are guilty of that? I see at least, definitely 2 bands. I haven't kept up on, I think Bon Jovi's done some, solo albums, things like that. But there will be other reasons why I think these guys need to go by way of the dinosaur, okay? Touring, bands who tour with few or no original members, we definitely will be talking about that tonight. And political preaching at paying venues has got to stop. They've paid their money to hear your music, and you're isolating audiences, and it's been always the strength of rock and roll that both sides of the political line could gather together at the watering hole at a rock concert safe. Everybody agrees. Everybody needs water, right? The performance was the water, and everybody behaved with each other. Isn't happening anymore. And residencies, which we'll be talking about tonight, of course, and rockers who just don't have it anymore, which leads to the bottlenecking of new talent. And we'll definitely be talking about that tonight and censorship. Okay? And by the way, I'm not talking about uh, anything other than uh, there's things that you should use common sense with and everything, but I'm dead set against censorship of the arts. The arts should be free of that censorship, and yet at the same time, we live in a society where we raise our children in, so there has to be enough regulations to guard that little spot. Otherwise, we are in dead trouble.
Jimbo's back with
My
another
goodness.
super thanks.
$10. Thank you,
Thank
Jimbo.
you so much, Jimbo.
I just gave him a heart. Could you read that?
I sure will. He says, Michael, thank you for your great channel. It has helped me take my mind off things for a while. My dad passed away late last
Oh, my
year.
goodness.
Oh, we used to enjoy watching your content together. Oh, Jimbo.
Oh, my goodness.
My
I lost a
mom
viewer.
passed away too, not that long ago.
Right. 2 years ago,
I'm
a little
still
over.
having a hard time.
Yeah.
Bless your heart, Jimbo.
She lived with us too, Jimbo.
Yes, she did. We took
So
care of
we
Mama.
feel your pain. My condolences, belatedly so, right? I'm glad that we've at least been a beacon of some sort to you, brother.
Yeah.
Um,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and this is always a good time whenever something like this comes across. We actively pray for you folks, all right? Some by name, as I've got to know you, for the tribe in general. If
We
you're a
sure
viewer
do.
here and you habitate here
We're
at
a
any
family.
regular kind of thing, you're part of it, man.
Yep.
You know? And so I pray for you guys every night. Now, not everybody believes in God. That's fine. If you are correct, there is no God, then that's my mistake. But we're at a watering hole. Classic rock is our safe place. There's room for Christians, there's room for atheists, there's room for agnostics, there's room for black people, white people, purple polka dotted people. I don't give a damn about all that shit.
Here.
Right.
Yep.
Okay? It doesn't matter. We're all humans and we are both male and female. And on top of that, we're fans of classic rock. A lot of the bands. We're not going to always agree. See, there is the drama in the channel. That's as dramatic as I get. And there's plenty of drama in that. You regular viewers know, Michael and I will go toe to toe occasionally. Okay? He doesn't agree with everything on that list, or at least if he does agree with, it's only aspects of it. Okay? And I don't expect anybody to take my word or to consider me, the last word on what's decent rock, what's not decent rock, or anything else. I'll give you my humble opinion about what we're talking about, and I think that's about the best thing that we can do. So, anyway, again, here it is. Bon Jovi, the Beach Boy, David Lee Roth, all have canceled shows or tours or both. Okay, then we're going to talk about who continues to tour and even add more shows. And of course, that's Foreigner and Lynyrd Skynyrd. Rest in peace, Gary Rossington, the last excuse that band ever had to be considered, even by the most allowing of fans, to be Lynyrd Skynyrd. Okay, he passed away. I covered that. That was I did a video on it. Tens of thousands of you viewed it, right? It was a sad passing, which, okay, now we got to get to that whole thought, sad passing. How about the idea of shelf life? Everything has a shelf life. Buy a brand new loaf of bread, you got a shelf life. You can't keep that for the next month and a half. It's going to go bad, unless you freeze it, right? But that's the denial of shelf life. Freezing. Good analogy, Michael. Do you see where my head's working right now? Okay? You can freeze bread, right? And you kind of got to wonder if some of these artists are attempting to do just that. Remember the old rumors where they said they froze Walt Disney to be reanimated when we had the technology? We have the technology. We can rebuild Disneyland. And that's another thing. We talked about this. Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon celebrating Ozzy's death 1 year later by proposing an avatar of him, an interactive avatar. I gave you guys a good example of how I feel that is by telling you that I really, one of my, there's a TV series, usually you can find it on Netflix, called Black Mirror. I know a lot of you follow that. Kind of a science fiction anthology series. Okay, a lot of the same actors, but they're playing different people in different episodes and things like that. You get the gig, right? And there's one episode where they get a supposed killer and he is electrocuted, okay? But it's in the near future, and his family or somebody or him signs the rights off to his avatar, which with their technology, they can take his memories, basically his soul, and create him as an avatar. And then people could line up for a few bucks and throw the switch and electrocute him in perpetuity, baby.
Yeah.
Are you proud of me? I used the word right.
You sure
Okay.
did.
And so I've said a lot of these avatar shows, AIs, that's what's happening. Okay. And you go, yeah, but they don't have the soul, Michael. Come on, you're going too far. Am I really? They're trapped. That's the analogy. The image is trapped. That man in his soul is trapped in that avatar. And he's suffering. It's kind of a modern rendition of hell. Forever, right? Nobody's going to run out of joy to kill that dirty bastard one more time. Okay. Well, the avatars we have today can't walk out of the venue with us and have lunch with us. It's trapped, at least physically. We're freezing these people in time, okay? And we're making them look the best they can, and in some cases, like they never did before. It's fake as shit. I don't want to see an AI Elvis. Okay, I don't want to see an AI Kiss. I don't want to see AI ABBA. Now, if the right guy came along and I go, and it was an avatar show at Disneyland, and I was at Disneyland, sure, I went to go see Captain EO. Why not? But there is an edge that I don't want to fall over because I don't think it's good for our society. I think we're in denial. Our audiences are in denial. And you can kind of say that, remember that frozen bread. You wonder if Bon Jovi, Mike Love, David Lee Roth, and always, if you talk about David Lee Roth, you can't help but get the mouth that roared Sammy to open up his mouth, right? So we'll be talking about that. And of course, Lynyrd Skynyrd and Foreigner is the next step that's just barely removed from an avatar show. And that gets into branding, which is part of the full explanation of the top 10 evil things that any mother could do for rock and roll. Almost slipped there. Aren't these people trying to freeze themselves, Michael? What about that? Aren't they kind of freezing themselves? Bon Jovi has, has to have. I see that, baby. Why don't you read that first, since that came in first? Because I was gonna.
Michael Boswell, the Boz, came in with a $5 super.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you so much, Michael. Michael is prolific here. He's the Boz here. Michael says lots of people believe that the ABAB avatars are a great show.
Mhm.
Some saying it is good, the real thing. Even some critics.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
maybe they think it's better than the real thing.
Out of all the Avatar shows, that's the one I've read that people seem to enjoy the most as well. They're also highly anticipating the Kiss Avatar show that's coming. Michael and I and a couple of our tribe members last night discussed how Pop House, which is the main, and Michael had to remind me because I remember I covered this, and as soon as he mentioned it in a comment, I went Pop House, Pop House. Oh, Who are they? What did they do? Of course, they're the ones that put on the ABBA show, and they're developing the Kiss show, right? And I guess because Sharon Osbourne's connected into Pop House, as well as a couple other key people, a German producer. Michael gave me the whole lowdown, right? I'm just giving you the Reader's Digest version of it. And they're saying this is the future of rock and roll, okay? Um, Certainly, you're going to get a better sound than you are getting from some of the people we're going to talk about tonight. When you talk about Bon Jovi, Bon Jovi injured his throat, had vocal, he had to have, I think it was vocal cord reparations done. And he's been trying to get his voice back. We saw a similar situation with, who's the one that, Kenny, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's all right. Remember Kenny Loggins,
Yeah,
right?
oh, Kenny
Okay,
Loggins,
now
okay.
his voice had just, aged, and he hadn't been touring right and left and left and right, keeping it in top notch. It wasn't horrid, but it was, and he worked with a songwriter, a coach that also did America's Got Toilets. I mean, America's Got Talent.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that vocal coach contacted me personally because he saw my
my
video
goodness.
on actually praising
Oh my goodness.
Kenny Loggins for getting back into shape.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, all right. What does Michael have to say here?
You knew it was Michael.
Yep.
Michael, thank you. He says, I also want to add, Mick Jones authorizes the current foreigner band
Mm-hmm.
without any original members.
Uh
And Michael and I were talking about that today,
huh.
that if the one band member that's left authorizes them, what do you think about that?
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, how about the fact that he didn't really have controlling interest? It just fell into his lap.
Yeah.
Through circumstances and an injury of their lead singer, Steve Howe. I mean, he's not even an original member. He's one of the original classic lineup members. Most people think of Steve Howe, John Anderson. You've
Oh
got
my
Chris
goodness.
Squire, babe, hold on. Chris
Okay.
Squire on bass, and you've got Rick Wakeman on keyboards, and then either Bill Bruford or Alan White. For me, it's Bruford. Okay, so that's the thing that's the group that turned me on. So yes, they do at least have that one other person. Plus, there's a difference with bands like Yes that have changed members more often than they changed their socks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
who hasn't been in Yes? So I'm a little bit more. See, I smell a trap here with Michael. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got another one coming in. Give me a second here, babe.
Zep Earl in tonight.
Yeah. Oh, good to see you, Vance.
Yeah, it's
Great
always good to
channel.
have Zep Earl in.
Great channel. I love
Todd
Zep Earl.
Elfingerda.
I love Vance.
Wow,
Yeah.
Todd Elfingerda.
Yeah.
$5 super.
Yeah. Let me finish my thought, and then I
Okay.
want you to read
Okay.
that.
Okay. you
Okay.
do that.
So anyway, you've got bands like Yes that have gone through that. Now with Foreigner. Foreigner wasn't just Mick Jones, although he did wind up with ownership, and it's all legal beagle, tied in a ribbon. And yes, that's why I said I think I'm smelling a trap here with Michael, because Michael also knows that I get mad at people who play or create videos or do music they don't own, and they're not paying for that. Right? YouTube doesn't like that. They're shutting channels down right and left for that. I have never done that on this channel because it goes against the contract that I have with YouTube. So Michael might be thinking, oh, wait a minute. This guy legally owns it. He says who Foreigner is. Michael's got a point. And some of you may just agree with him. You may have gotten some converts right there, Michael.
Yeah, and he says, I wonder if Mick Jones will sell Foreigner to Pilsen.
Why not?
What do you think?
Everybody else is, you know. Uh,
Okay.
why don't you read Todd's?
Todd,
Good to see you. $5 super thanks. Thank you,
yeah,
Todd.
thank you, Todd,
Yeah.
so much. Todd says, I would pay to see an Avatar Led Zeppelin show at the Sphere. Rush is doing a residency at the Sphere in 2027.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And I hear they're really good, but they were praising Annika or Anika.
Yeah.
They were praising Anika for being just the perfect glove fit. And I saw their first shows. I didn't see that. Her right arm, very stiff. And I've watched hundreds of hours of her drumming. I'm a fan of her. So she had to go into that. But I'm hearing lately that they're just knocking the socks off. The whole audience is loving it. You got 2/3 of Rush. Their lyricist is missing, and a drummer that can't, even with Anika, be possibly replaced. He is so close to being on the level, and some of you will go, oh, no, he's better, as John Bonham, Bonzo himself, or Keith Moon. That's the level that they're missing. But there is still 2/3 of them, right? Most, they don't have the lyrics, the lyricist, but they're not offering any new material yet. Want to bet? They're coming. They're coming out with that. I'm sure of it. Okay. So, Michael, you may have gotten that. Now, Todd. I think they're all out to get me tonight, baby.
That's what you're here for, right?
Todd would use the one band.
Ah.
The one band.
Yeah.
That I might break down. Vance is going, I'm seeing Noland cracking right now. Now, Vance is doing it. He's got, yeah. Never seen Noland sweat so much in his life, right? You pick the one freaking band that I might make an exception to and want to go see as an Avatar show. Damn it. I hate it when they see right through, my gauze of a defense here. There are artists. And so, first of all, so Michael, if there is one band, and of course, a good Beatles Avatar show, I would have to go see just out of curiosity. Those are my two favorite bands. Zeppelin, Beatles, I know. How did you get there, Michael? Long story. Watch some of my past streams. I tell the story, okay? But I was at first a Beatle fan, and once I hit Zeppelin, it was like another universe for me, along with a couple other bands like Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, and Uriah Heep. They all had this, they were like a magic potion to me. Oh, God, yes. Oh, I love that, right? Dig that music, dig that sound. No heavy metal involved, even with Black Sabbath. No, sorry. We didn't call it heavy metal. I was there at the beginning. Nope. Okay, you can reinvent history all you want, but they're not a heavy metal band. Look at their lyrics and then look at the lyrics of any particular heavy metal band. Worship Satan, I'm the son of 666. There's a good average. How many I'm not saying all of them, because somebody right now is saying, oh, you haven't seen gentle Christian heavy metal band called XXX, right? Okay, well, I'm sure there are breakaways from the general rule of thumb. But generally speaking, you just pick up any, as I have, because I don't follow heavy metal. I love heavy rock. I even love some heavy metal bands. I've talked about the ones I like. But I want to stay focused on what we're talking about tonight. But, there's great rock and roll in heavy metal. One of you gave me, it was Ben Scheidegger? No, that was for the other one. One of you gave me information on, it was Brandon, 1351. And I went and I got the album, and it is now in my list, and I'll be listening for it. I forget the name of the band. As a matter of fact, I can look it up right now. So I learn with you guys, okay? I learn with you guys all the time. And the name of the band was The Sword. And he was really pushing the album Age of Winters. Okay, and so I went and I go, what? Where is this? Well, this is like from 2002, actually, but they're really pushing their latest album, or the 2002 Age of Winters album, because it's or maybe it was 2007, or this has been out for a while. Let me check here because I'm going to see if I can find the original album on their album list. I'm sure it's got to be here, or have they wiped that out? They sure have. Well, I looked at it. It was early 2000s to mid 2000s, and so this may have been a 20th anniversary from 2022. There's nothing here that tells me anything. They're saying 2026, so maybe it was from 2006. So I listened to the first track. Yeah, it's got a groove to it. Yeah, and then I had to get on the air. All right. So thank you for that. I always check it out. You guys give me homework. My whole membership stream last night was based on homework that Michael Boswell gave me, right? And I went out there, or a good portion of that stream was all about that. A whole other subject. So I get great hits from you people, and if it perks my interest, I track it down, right? I try not to be just this old fuddy 71-year-old guy that can't learn a new trick. Yeah, baby.
Oh, I was just reading something that was funny from Flipper. Flipper, I like your handle, Flipper. How about Paul slash Ringo team up with Rolling Stones and re-record I Wanna Be Your Man?
Oh, yeah. Gee, yeah.
I like that.
That would be apropos.
That's funny.
I've actually thought they should just, but you can't make a name between the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. I've tried. I can't figure anything on what you'd call it. So you'd have to give them another name. But I think it, you know, especially with Keith Richards being reticent to tour and stuff like that. You've got Ron on guitar, you got Mick on lead vocals, you'd have Paul on lead vocals and harmonies and bass, and Ringo on drums.
Oh.
You could give a, Ron Wood is actively touring with his own personal band all the time. You could give him a spotlight and just call him, I don't know, and then who gets top billing? Yeah, it'd have to be McCartney. But, McCartney, Jagger, and then who? Ringo. You got to give Ringo the next one. And Wood,
Michael Boswell wants to know, can Mike Love sing? Or is there another issue with the Beach Boys?
Can
Yeah. Mike Love sing?
Okay. Well, you know what? He's basically had a baritone voice all his life. For their early hits and everything, I think Mike Love did a great job when he wasn't full of himself and claiming that he has co-written every song by every band under the sun. All right. I don't care. I've never cared for his jealousy over Brian Wilson, right? And that's why I humorously said that he, is the Beach Boy. There are no Beach Boys left. And the second Brian Wilson died, they should have just halted everything right there. If you don't have Brian Wilson, I don't care that Mike Love was their original lead vocalist all the time. That, as time went on, that was less true and less true, right? And I'm not saying he isn't a great talent, but I've never liked the man. And his best stuff is the early Beach Boys that I like, as for the most part. Good Vibrations, his part on there was good. But he's barely, have you seen the photo? It's on my thumbnail of the man, and that's a flattering photo of him.
Ouch.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He has, one of the, there's, we all get older, right? But some of us, as we age toward the very end, there's this hollow look. I know, folks, I'm a former nurse. I dealt with people who were of retirement age. They were my patients. And you can see later in life that almost vacant look. I'm speaking from experience. Take a look at that photo on my thumbnail. All right. It is, matter of fact, since I'm right here, since I have the art available always from the individual, photos I use, let's look at this one. Yeah, there you go. And I'm not doing this to make fun of him. I'm talking about he's canceled shows, and now he's canceled, okay? Now he's canceled the Beach Boys tour, the remaining tour. And they're being real iffy about why and what, and is this permanent, and are you kidding me? Isn't this tour supposed to be the last one? How many times have we fallen for that? Now, the reason I say that, now I get to look at it and everything. There's this far away expression in his eyes. The eyes are glazed, all right? And that's usually indicative of somebody that's a possible sign of senility and or Alzheimer's.
Oh, not the dreaded senility.
I'm fighting it every day. I'm no spring chicken. But again, we all have a shelf life. I'm a former musician. That's how I made a goodly portion of what I paid my bills with.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You know what? Zeph Earl says he met Mike Love and he is a tool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like him.
Boy, Zeph Earl.
Yeah, I don't like him. I've never liked him. Ever since I read in one of my hallowed Beatle books of him trying to claim that, he co-wrote Back in the USSR, what a bunch of hog shit. Him and McCartney did have a conversation. Only Mike Love would then say, well, my suggestions, if you're going to do this, do that, do this. And he uses maybe a line or two that McCartney goes, oh, that's a good one. Just like he heard there was this black entertainer that McCartney knew of that would always say, oh, blah, dee, oh, blah, da, man. Life goes on, brah. That guy didn't co-write Obla Di Obla Da, and neither did Mike Love write Back in the USSR, you egocentric tool. Very nice word.
Yeah.
All right. So I was going to start off with Bon Jovi, but there you go. That's what I have to say about Mike Love. The Beach Boys died the day that Brian Wilson passed away.
Well,
what was that, 2 years ago? 3 years ago.
Michael Boswell says the Beach Boys
2
were
years.
a mess
1 year.
throughout their career, and I agree.
Yeah.
Starting with the father/manager.
Right.
How much of Love's issues came from that?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yep.
Mainly because Love's a cousin, so he's a kind of family. Not inner family, but he's the cousin, right?
He's family.
Yeah, it was his uncle. But I don't know what he would bitch about. It was Brian Wilson getting boxed about his ears by his old man. And that's why he was partially or all the way deaf. Some of you could tell me. I think it was in his left ear.
Yeah.
Father was right-handed, bam! And his putting down Brian as Brian was breaking and being a genius right before his egocentric father. I had a father that was like that, not to me, but to my mom.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't touch us.
Yeah.
No, he didn't have that problem. But any kind of man that manhandles a woman or children, fuck them.
Yeah.
All right? So I don't like their father. He didn't have anything to fucking offer him. He took credit just like, well, yeah, maybe you have. Who said that, by the way? Who brought that up?
Oh,
baby?
That was
Was that Vance?
No, that was Michael.
Michael?
Boswell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, maybe you got a point.
Yep.
Because
I think so.
Mike Love was there when that bastard was taking credit for everything, and maybe that's where Mike Love learned it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never liked the man. Never, other than when I was like 12 years old. I had Beach Boy records before I had Beatle records, folks.
Yeah, yeah.
I was a fan, loved it.
Am Soto 55 says Mike Lowe's stage gestures
Yeah.
are the same as 1965. What a stiff.
And they weren't that good in
Ooh,
1965.
that hurts, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
East Coast girls are hip. I
Yeah.
really dig the styles. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked everybody else's vocals better than his. I did. I'm sorry. You know, it was just the way it was. He was an important partner to Brian Wilson till Brian Wilson outgrew him. And it's a good thing he did. Otherwise, they would have been this blurb. You know, everybody talks about, you know, SATUR. You know, hey, they thought those guys were going to be number one, and now they're just a little blurb in history, right? They could have wound up in the surf rock history bin, like a lot of Jan and Dean. You know, you don't see a lot of videos on Jan and Dean. While they were hot, they were hot. And they got one TV movie. Did you know that, baby?
I didn't.
I think it was on ABC, as I recall. And they had Richard Hatch playing one of them, right? That was Apollo from the original Battlestar Galactica show.
Oh,
Okay?
wow.
But that was the last time I remember a lot of interest by rock audiences in general, right? And the Beach Boys will not fade into that because they somehow managed, for them more than any other band in America, at least this is what's coming off on me now, the vibes. They had the hardest time keeping up with all the changes because their early hits are a definite early rudimentary surf rock sound. Okay, and that's limited if they stayed in that. But they even learned to start making some of the surf rock sound a bit spacey. And then they went to broader, by the time they hit California Girls, a broader theme, celebrating the California whole scene and everything, kind of represented that along with the mamas and papas and everybody else. I don't know, they all must have lived in Laurel Canyon, or some of them at one point. What's that?
I said, but Rush is going strong.
Who is?
Rush.
Rush is doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yep.
That's what I hear. I haven't listened to any of their latest. I saw that first week after they did, you know, you saw all the videos coming out. And I thought Anika was a bit stiff, not at all what the fans were saying, but the overall, she didn't ruin the show. It just bothered me with her kind of forcing herself to hit that snare at the right time. It seemed like the snare was giving her the hardest time, to me, okay? All right. Now, before we get on to Bon Jovi, I want to talk a little bit about David Lee Roth. When it comes to the band Van Halen, he's my favorite singer, even though Sammy Hagar is probably a superior singer and always has been. I've said that time and time again, but the iteration of Van Halen that I always liked was the first incarnation, right?
Me too.
Yeah. I liked his sophomoric sense of humor. He's a good-looking guy, had that luscious, long blonde hair.
Oh, and he knew it.
He could do the splits in the midair,
Yeah,
you know.
he knew it.
And he had that, we've talked about, Mick Jagger has this, and so does Eric Burden from the Animals. And David Lee Roth has that shit-eating grin as he looks right at the camera and kind of going, y'all know I'm the cool guy. Y'all know I'm the cool guy. Come on. You know, to the girls, a wink and a nod. You and me in the bedroom, 10 minutes, I'll send you to heaven. To the guys, it's like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Wink, wink, nod. You know, that was sophomoric, shit-eating grin. Van Halen was great. You know, and then they got into, well, we got to do soundtracks for movies about twisters and tornadoes and stuff like that. They went. I just didn't care for it. I like Sammy Hagar with Montrose. I've got both of the albums with him on there already in my small record collection. That's how big of a Sammy Hagar fan I have been. And even though I didn't like his turn with Van Halen as much as I liked um, um, David Lee Roth, uh, I have always said the better singer between the two is Sammy Hagar. So evidently, David Lee Roth has been, at his shows, he's been acting erratically. God, he's he no longer looks like the cool guy, right? He's, how it is, captain of the football team, right?
Yeah.
Good looking young stud of a man,
Yeah.
king of his universe in high school, absolutely
Rock
dating
star.
the hottest chick on campus. And 5 years later, he's pumping gas down at Wally's Gas Emporium.
Funny how life gets in the way, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I almost feel that way when I talk about David Lee Roth, because he's aging badly. His character, his act, and his vocals are nowhere near what they used to be, and he was the lesser singer between the two.
Dalek Shalom says David Lee Roth should be charged with murder of songs.
Yeah.
ATM. Sammy can still do it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Sammy still sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's singing down a half step these days, but that's cool.
Yeah.
That's an old trick everybody's done,
Yeah.
And it's close enough to the original key, sometimes even two steps, but, again, a full, a half step, okay, so two half steps is a full step down. If they can get away with just dropping the key that much, I'm okay with it. If they're going a step and, three half steps for, or just translating it into a whole other key with slightly different chord formations so that he can go down, nah, that's not cool. I'm even cool with singers who will sing it in the original key, and then when they get to the real high pot, they sing the lower harmony. Still high, but not that top end high. I kind of like that, right? So I haven't been impressed with him. And of course, he's canceled the rest of his tour. And oh God, this was the most sickening thing in the whole story. Sammy Hagar comes out. Hey, brother, makes a video. Hey, drinking my best drink. How old is this fart having another margarita? Hey, man, I'm really sad, man. He's trying to be the coolest kid on the block, right? Right? And that was never him. He was, with Montrose, he was like the golden god of rock. He had a more, when I envisioned the two of them, one's a joke of the other. And that's David Lee Roth. But somehow he comes off legit. And I guess when you kind of posing as the golden god of rock, which, watch any of the early Montrose videos that are so readily available on YouTube, And his ego, he says it was all Ronnie Montrose's ego. Bullshit. I think it was both of them. But there was something wrong with him too. And so he always has to be part of the show. And one of the things Ronnie Montrose didn't like about him was he felt that, Sammy Hagar felt that he was the star of the show, that he was the big guy. And he goes, God damn it, man. I named the band Montrose, which is interesting because what does not David, but Sammy do next? He has a solo career. I followed him. I like him. He's one of my favorite singers in rock and roll. He's not one of my favorite people. Not anymore. And my displeasure with the man happened while I've had this channel. And we'll get to that in a minute. There's real reasons for this, okay? Well, let's just take that little elephant and put it in the middle of the room, shall we? Okay? He was touring an equal billing. He got first name, of course, but there were 4 of them touring together along with Jason Bonham. Jason Bonham's mother got sick in England. He had to take a flight over there to take care of her, fully intending to come back. And while he was gone, Sammy Hagar replaced his ass with the drummer. I wasn't from his usual touring band thing. What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay? And then a lot of fans got upset, and he tried to walk that back. There is no way this man's capable of walking anything back, because he's not as half as smart as, say, a John Lennon or a Paul McCartney. Hasn't got common sense. Have you seen the videos with Sammy Hagar just chit-chatting with Vince the Meal Neil? He doesn't see anything wrong with what is happening with Neil. Same guy should probably be in prison for murder or manslaughter anyway. You know, the attacker of women, Nicolas Cage, has to tear him away from beating up women.
Yeah.
Have you seen the videos of that man? First of all, he's twice as rotund as he ever been. And if you're overweight, I'm not cutting that down. I've been real overweight in my life. Okay? I've had weight issues in my life. I'm not cutting that down. But the man is a professional performer. Being in shape is part of the fucking job. Oh, rotund one.
Yeah, I know, hon. Yeah, exactly.
Okay? All right, so, and he's hanging out like they're long lost brothers, man. Because Sammy Hagar never met a guy. I love you, man. He's one of those fake ass motherfuckers that come to parties.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I love you, man. Yeah, I dig you, man.
Artificial.
You know, we're like tight, bro.
Laying on the sugar.
Yeah, you should see this new video of him.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's absolutely insane. The man's sitting there, oh, I'm sorry to hear about it, man. You know, and he's thinking of himself the whole fucking time. And he goes, you know, we're going to be, now he has to do a plug on what he's doing. Dave is the guy that has to cancel his tour. He's not doing good, you know. So he'll wrap that up with his little fake ass, hey man, yeah, I'm your best bro. There, we talk about that guy at the party. How many of you knocked out a couple of those guys? Okay? Back in your youth, of course, before you became civilized like me. I don't suffer assholes like that. And he jumps right in. Well, of course, we're doing our residency. And it'd be really great if you came and you could sing a song or two. Or, you know, MC. Could I fucking polish your boots for you, Sammy?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
You egotistical asshole. Guys, you got to go see it.
Well.
What is that on Instagram that he did it? I had to watch it through Safari because I hate Instagram.
Yeah.
You know? But he did it on something. And it's just 30 seconds long. Sammy Hagar is one of the few people in rock and roll that can take as little as 30 seconds to make you hate his freaking guts. And he's one of my favorite singers. He was in one of my favorite bands. When I was a kid and he had those golden locks, I go, I want to look just like that guy.
Yeah.
Of course, he's hanging with Vince the Meal these days. And you know what? Hagar's got quite a pounce on himself.
Oh,
well. Are you in the business or not?
I know.
Are you practicing your craft, which is to look good? Hit the fucking gym.
If you're doing live shows, I agree. You should maintain a level of decorum. It's part of the show, but life gets in the way.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And then we get to Bon Jovi, who thinks that he is Bon Jovi. And he is Bon Jovi because his name is John Bon Jovi.
El
babe.
Presidente says, I'm 61 and a better than average guitar player. Nobody wants to see me either.
And I'm better than average too.
El Presidente, I like
that. Yeah, that's about me. I'm better than your average bear guitar player, but I'm nowhere near like what Jose's done, and
Yeah.
he's still practicing, and I pick that thing up very intermittently these days, right? But you got to just know where you are. So we get to Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi, I told you, I think that he's, he thinks he's Bon Jovi, and I say, well, of course he is, because he's John Bon Jovi. But when I think of the word Bon Jovi, I don't think of John Bon Jovi. I think of Bon Jovi, the rock band that I loved. It was one of the few hair bands that I actually liked and went out and bought their albums. You guys know when I think of the whole hair bear band, is what I call it. A whole group of people. Anthrax. Oh my God. Motley Crapola.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand them. Every local musician. I still had my hair kind of looking like this at that point. I may have gone like
Yeah.
the Jeff, an extremely long Jeff Beck shag by then. But just
I know.
just down
You
and
were
every.
rock star good looks, hun.
Well,
And like Gerald Jenkins says, at least rockers like Bon Jovi and Mick Jagger stay fit.
right.
Physically. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jagger takes extra care
He
to be
does.
fit. Have
Man,
you
that
seen
man-
some of the
that guy
solo
can't
shows
sit-
he's been doing?
He can't sit
Whew.
still.
Yeah.
He's just a ball of energy.
And when you take a look at his photos, take a look at his eyes. You remember we were talking about Michael or Mike Love, that vacant look. You don't see that with Jagger.
Oh no.
All right, it's like
Brian Howell thinks you need a perm. Your hair needs a perm. You think?
why? It's not wavy enough
You're
for
on
you?
camera,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Yeah.
Is this a show or
No, I
what?
leave the perms to Royce.
Let's get him to get a perm, guys.
I know. I mean it. Royce over on the Four Horsemen. He showed us a photo when he got a perm. It was right back when Starsky and Hutch was cool, and so he kind of got that kind of perm,
Yeah.
And I look at it and I go, it's just not Royce. It's just not Royce. It's like he's put a wig on,
Yeah.
So no, I've never thought of I pretty much what God gave me, I don't mark myself with tattoos. The most I've ever done is a couple of piercings on this ear, left ear, right? And I use only one of them now. That's about as radical as I get, other than I'll let my hair, as long as God can grow it, my hair. But I hated going to the barber shop when I was 4, and the Beatles weren't even out for another 5 years. Cried and bawled my eyes out every time my dad took me. I just wanted my hair long. It just fits.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
And
It was all about those girls, wasn't it?
well, of
About
course.
girls.
Well, I mean, to really go long hair when I was in high school, longer your hair was, the better looking you were, even if you weren't good looking.
Well, you were a rebel.
Yeah.
A rebel without a cause.
Yeah, it got a lot of us average looking guys dates, baby.
That's what I'm saying. It's all about the girls.
Yeah, learned to play 6 chords on the guitar. And since I lived across the street from the junior high, where I was in 9th grade, play that guitar just like I saw my friend Cole doing on the other street across the street from junior high, and he was getting all the chicks, and he was a year ahead of me. I go, I can do that. Learn 6 chords, write a song.
Oh.
Yeah. That's how I got into it.
Well, Mr. 3 Submarine says hair bands ultimately became a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
With few exceptions.
Yeah.
Their music wasn't very good in his opinion.
Right. That's because it all came from L.A.
Yeah.
Most of it, a lot of it, anyway.
Just like disco.
Yeah.
That trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we have Bon Jovi. He has a tragedy. Again, we're talking. He was in one of the best bands I like. I liked him. Okay.
Yeah.
Always been a fan, but I was a fan of Bon Jovi, not John Bon Jovi. Although he was my second favorite member of the band. Richie Sambora was my favorite member of the band, and he's done him dirty right and left. It's been proven. Richie Sambora to this day has nothing good to say about this man, because this man thinks Bon Jovi stands for Bruce Springsteen. They're both from the same area. He wants to be Bruce Springsteen, only his version is called John Bon Jovi instead of Bruce Springsteen. He just wants to erase his E Street Band. You know, the only ones allowed are the ones that can take his directives. And he couldn't accept the fact that his voice was off. He went, paid tons to get it corrected. Evidently, you know what I'm hearing?
What?
Here's what we get for all this effort. He doesn't sound as bad as he used to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. And that's what I'm seeing in the comments.
Oh.
He doesn't sound anywhere near as bad as he was.
Yeah.
So it's a bonus. Why? Why is that a bonus? I've cut Paul McCartney, my main guy, down
Yeah.
for not being able to pass mustard live at his shows.
You tell it like it is. Huh?
I will not pay to go see him.
Yeah.
I don't want to see. I've seen him at his best, babe.
Yeah.
I was there at the Cow Palace, 1976. Wings, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
It don't get better than that. It just doesn't.
That was the time.
Yeah.
We grew up to the best damn rock music you could have.
Saw him 2 more times and I was half as happy. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle. You guys want to know what you're going to get if you go see Paul McCartney?
Yeah.
Just take a look. Type in SNL Paul McCartney Band on the Run.
You'll go broke though if you go see McCartney.
He absolutely rapes that song.
Yeah.
Now, he did a couple of others coming up, and he also did Days We Left Behind. With his older voice, there is stuff he can still do. But Band on the Run, Hey Jude, Maybe I'm Amazed are not the songs he should be focusing on right now. So this is what I'm hearing about him. Now, then when he finally comes out, to prove my point that he thinks he's John Bon Jovi and not Bon Jovi, even though all the fans that are going to see him, honestly to God, they know he's John. Of course, he's the lead singer. He's the good-looking one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
They know he's there, but they're there because they're Bon Jovi the band fans, a whole lot of them anyway. I'd say a major portion of them. Okay, and so what does he do? He doesn't, he didn't do Living on a Prayer, and he didn't do,
I love that song.
I'm a cowboy on a steel horse. Oh,
yeah, I know.
right?
I love
No,
that
he
song.
doesn't have to do that, because I'm Bruce fucking Springsteen.
Yeah.
I mean John Bon Jovi.
And,
I'm the boss.
I know.
I'm the
Yeah.
boss, man.
Well, yeah, the band is his name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
But
anyway,
Richie Sambora for me.
the fans absolutely got in an uproar over this. They weren't happy. What the hell are you doing? I took an airplane. I don't live in New York, mofo. I took a jet. I got a room to pay for. And you're not going to do these songs?
I know. They're signature songs.
Now, it's not like he can't sing them,
No, he gets
because he
tired.
can,
He's tired of singing those.
because
songs.
he can sing them a lot less bad than he was last year or
Yeah.
2 years or 3 years
he
ago.
had that surgery, yeah.
So that's about the best we can hope for. But these fans will pay to go see him take a fart.
I know.
No, they would.
I know. We would have died.
Caitlin, is Caitlin in the...
Yeah, Miss Caitlin's
yeah.
here.
Right now she's steaming at
We
me
love you,
because
Caitlin.
there's no wrong with John Bon Jovi, according to Caitlin.
I agree with
There's
you.
a lot
I
wrong
love
with
it.
him.
But Richie Sambora is my guy between
Me
the two
too.
of them.
That was my guy.
But I'll take Michael Noland.
Well, everybody's covering these solo shows that Jagger's doing. You can't stop him. He's a dynamo,
Oh, yeah.
right? But everybody knows it's a Mick Jagger show.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody's calling them. The Rolling Stones played here. Even when Ron Wood was with him for a couple of those,
Yeah.
they didn't say it was the Rolling Stones. It was Mick Jagger and Ron Wood.
Yeah.
Because with the Stones now, see, if Brian Wilson hadn't died and Keith Richards did die, and Brian Wilson was brought back into the band right after Keith passed away, and he got his act together because he was brilliant as a who knows where they would have gone with that. right? And let's say he survived, and they even brought in Mick Taylor later, and somehow that happened, right?
Oh.
Right to this very day, if he was still living, Mick Jagger couldn't call that band the Rolling Stones unless Brian Jones was there. And it is still the same freaking truth concerning Keith Richards. It's not the Stones without Keith Richards. And the band Bon Jovi isn't Bon Jovi. I don't give a flying shit
not Bon
who's in that
Jovi.
band.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah,
Bon Jovi without Richie Sambora.
I agree, because Richie Sambora is the one that I think is just awesome.
Oh, you know what really pissed Sambora off is Bon Jovi told him flat out, I don't need to write
No,
with
but
you
I
anymore.
respect
We have outside writers. That was half the reason we liked you, assholes.
But I respect Richie Sambora for taking care of family.
Oh, yeah.
Over anything else.
Family first every
That's
time.
right.
If anybody had a reason to walk away, okay, he could have done it a little better. Okay?
Yeah.
But he had a goddamn valid reason. Makes him a better father than it makes Bon Jovi a rock star, in my opinion. Every time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the three that canceled tours. You know who's not canceling any of their tours?
Jethro Tull?
Huh?
Jethro Tull?
They don't need to. They're putting. I just bought a Jethro Tull album.
That's why I said that.
Yeah, and it was between getting Thick as a Brick or their latest album. I got to get Thick as a
But
Brick.
Mr. Three Submarine thinks, he says he just can't sing anymore.
Well, have you heard of the latest albums? And I've seen some live. He's not as bad as you go. Yeah, see, Nolan, you walked right into my trap.
Oh.
You're saying the same thing about him as Bon Jovi, but no, if he can carry on like he has done with Rock Flout, I thought he had not only vastly improved, but totally acceptable.
Yeah.
Totally acceptable vocals, right? But you know, I haven't seen them live. Maybe he's croaking them out, and who knows? These days, I've told you guys, I had rated the Rolling Stones' Foreign Tongues at a 5. Then on Royce's, I said, you know, I've fallen in love with it so much. I'm going to give it a 5.25, which ties it with McCartney's album. And then I started hearing about how they used, auto-tune on his voice on a couple of tracks from Hackney Diamonds, and there's Talk Out in the Woods. That's what they've done this time. And just to let you guys know, there's a dividing line for me, and I'll be real succinct with this. All right, I'm all for vocal performance enhancements. I'm not for vocal replacements, and vocal replacements are all the trickery, along with AI, that messes it up because it replaces the vocal. I need the performance, so I have downgraded it, not only back to 5, but to a 4.75 until the Stones can prove me wrong. Okay, babe, what else? Still a great album.
With another $5 super thing.
Oh, did he?
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
He says, but Bon Jovi obviously is Bon Jovi, as no one goes to the concert to hear the lead guitarist. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael,
Really?
I disagree with you. They are there to hear Bon Jovi.
Well, you know what? Kimberly loves them both, but I think she has a crush on Richie Sambora.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was.
You don't think they didn't come to see Jimmy Page play? And my God, look at the rock god blonde. He's the original golden god of rock. Yeah. Robert Plant, you know? Nice, cute little blouses, bare-chested, all the girls creaming in their jeans.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
All right, but you don't think that they were coming to see Jimmy Page?
It isn't,
you know?
For me, Bon Jovi without Richie.
Right.
It just isn't.
It's kind of like saying no, John didn't have any fans because Paul was the cute one.
Not to me, Ringo was the cute one.
I know you think that.
Ringo.
A lot of women do, though.
Yeah.
A lot of women think that Ringo is very attractive.
The guy for me.
But for most of the Beatle fans, you know, I mean, all the other Beatles even said it. Paul was the guy that got the chicks after the show.
Yeah, but Ringo looked like a Hell's Angel on a Harley Davidson guy.
Right.
He did.
Right.
And his mustache and everything.
And if John Bon Jovi would just add that J-O-N.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to use the long form of J-O-H-N. I mean, he could squeeze it in there and tour under
But
that.
John wants more money.
Why doesn't he tour as John Bon Jovi?
Oh, wow.
Get another set of band members and everything, really, who could really replicate these things.
Yeah.
Hire a couple of ghost singers, put them in the back wing, like the rest of the monkeys in the zoo, right?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just add J-O-N, Michael? J-O-N. It's a simple addition. It's more accurate, okay? Because he couldn't sell the tickets he's selling if he added his first name.
Oh, well.
That's my proof. Bon Jovi, the band, was more than just John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, but Michael Boswell says, how many can name all the members of a band, but almost no one can name the lead singer?
Oh, now he's got me thinking.
Oh,
Cause,
Michael just keeps you on your toes. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
yeah, you know, because I can think of, yeah, okay, I'll give you a lead singer. Who was the second lead singer on Can't Buy a Thrill for Steely Dan?
Yeah.
Now, somebody's going to type his name in. I know it, but I always have to re-look it up, right? They had another guy in the band that actually sang some of the songs because they weren't going to go with just the keyboard player, you know? Or Walter Becker wasn't,
Oh, my
you know?
God.
So, yeah, you know, I mean, who was that guy, you know? Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's the singer off when they're on TV. You got to put the camera on the singer so you can read the lips and see what he's singing, right? And either that translates or it doesn't. And yeah, I mean, who were the rest of the Doors really? Most of the girls were just focused on Jim, you know, Jim Morrison, and boy, you know, every member of that band was absolutely part of it.
Michael wants to know who's the keyboard player for Journey?
Well, right now, Jonathan Cain.
Is that right, Michael Boz? Michael Boz, is it?
You doubt me, baby?
Jonathan Cain.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the fool that's married to the woman preacher who is or was the spiritual advisor to Trump coming out of the prosperity gospel.
Yeah.
I can smell a circus a mile away, folks. Sold tickets for a circus, made thousands and thousands of dollars a month doing so. I was 18 and I sold tickets to a European high wire act, but it was a circus. They just called it that because it sold more tickets. Get what I mean here?
Yeah.
You know? It's kind of like Bon Jovi,
Oh.
you know, but, you know,
Dr.
that's the
Rick
European
just-
high wire act, Michael, but John Bon Jovi is the circus. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? What do you think about that? Okay.
What are you doing, Dr. Rick? He just came.
Oh, Doc, I hope you're doing
Oh,
well.
he's
Are
in
you still in recovery, brother? Doc has had a real tough time, folks. Pray for him.
Oh, yeah.
He's dealing with cancer and a near-death experience. An
He's a major
embolism
supporter of
worked
this
from his
channel.
leg up into his lungs. He almost died.
I know. He's going through it.
Yeah.
We've all been
We
praying
love you,
for
brother.
him.
We love you. I know I do.
We sure do, Dr.
Yeah.
Rick.
Absolutely.
But guess what? Michael's taking you to task again. He says, okay, how about the point that the drummer for Lita Ford for the Lita album was Pat Benatar's drummer and also the bassist? Well, Michael, we don't call you the boss for nothing.
I don't know.
Listen to him.
No, see, here's the thing. Michael, you heard this in my intro. If I don't know it, one of you guys know it. You're my library. You know, I'm just the big mouth that gets up here. You guys are the star of this stream. Michael's been quite a star tonight, hasn't he?
Oh, he always holds you to task.
Oh, he
boy.
does. He does, right? So now, I want to get to Foreigner and Lynyrd Skynyrd. All right, I've never seen Foreigner live and wouldn't have wanted to for the last 25 years.
Oh.
Okay, but I have seen Lynyrd Skynyrd live. You know, the real Lynyrd
Oh, wow.
Skynyrd.
Oh,
All right, I saw them open up for The Who.
Hey,
Yeah, baby.
Ace Diamond Experience says Chris told me that she spoke directly to DLR management today, who told her directly it's still happening.
What is this now?
Yeah,
Chris
Ace
told me
Diamond
that.
Experience. Yeah, DLR.
Who is, what Chris are you talking about?
Chris told me that she spoke directly to
Oh,
Ace.
okay. When I was younger, I had a real crush on Chris Norman, lead singer of Smokey.
Oh,
Yeah, it took me 2 years to figure out he wasn't a girl. Chris told me that she was spoken directly to DLR manager today, uh, who told her directly it's still happening. So they're what are they getting back together? Is that what's going on here?
it's still happening.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now I've seen, like I said, I've seen the original, or as original as since they got their record contract as they could be. Uh, you know, Lynyrd Skynyrd. I was blown away by them. They were one of my favorite bands. I bought their albums, and I even bought a couple when Little Brother took over, because Little Brother sounded a lot like Big Brother, and they had enough. They were only missing a female singer who I don't think was even listed as an official band member, but she was part of the touring band, and a guitar player and a lead singer.
Oh,
But
okay.
everybody else in a seven-member band was there. They had a core of original members. I wasn't against a change of a lead singer any more than I was against the change of Jason Bonham taking over for his father with the O2 concert with Led Zeppelin. Okay, go ahead, babe.
Ace Diamond Experience told me to scroll up, so I did, and he says, or she says, Lachlan is still happening on September 5th for DLR, per Chris Robinson,
Ah,
Senior Executive of Marketing, Golden Entertainment, who runs Aquarius and Edgewater. I got an email directly from her today.
oh, cool.
Wow, thank you.
All right, take a screenshot of
I
that because I
sure
want to do
will.
some looking in on that.
Yeah.
And Michael Boswell will tell you I'm good at doing that.
Oh, yeah.
And
Michael always has Michael
yeah.
doing homework.
What does Mr. Three Submarine say here, baby?
His latest?
Yeah,
Okay.
about
I
Foreigner?
saw Foreigner live once with Mick Jones, still on guitar, and Jason Bonham on drums. Oh, Bonham's the best on drums.
Yeah.
Fantastic show, but now they're gone, and no one in the current Foreigner is an original veteran member.
There you go. That's it. That's what I was leading up to.
Yeah, there's not
And the
one
same thing
left.
can be said about Leonard Skinner. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. As people died, as I said at the beginning of my stream, Gary Rosington passed away. That was it. There's not even a Steve Howe left in the band. There's not even a Mick Jones left in the band now.
Yeah.
All right. This has become, and there was talk that that's it, we're done. And then the usual suspects come out, right? Well, the more we thought about it, we knew that this would be a tribute to Gary, that we want to carry on his legacy. Oh, God. This is what you want to carry on. Right here, baby. Right up your ass.
Yeah.
Right? Moolah. You lying sacks of shit. Every one of you,
Yeah.
including Foreigner. All right? Luis Maldonado, saves the day. What did you save the day from, Luis? Oh, that's right. The other fake singer in your band, right? And Michael always argues, hey, look, they did record new music. Yeah. And they mixed that new music with a bunch of re-recorded hits. That does not put Hanson in their legacy at all. The last time they could even begin to be called Foreigner was the last time that you had their original lead singer and their guitarist who wrote and produced all those wonderful hits. I know, I was a fan of that band. The band that's been out there masquerading isn't that band. Now, I wanted to share some ideas with you. Why do they do this? Think about it. Why do they go to all this trouble? Moolah. Moolah.
That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the motivation.
All right. It's not to honor Gary Rosington. It's
Yeah.
not to. Oh, and have you seen Kiss? They're all go lovey-dovey on Ace.
Yeah.
They couldn't stand him. Now he's an incarnated angel. Oh, let us. Where's your honoring Peter Criss? He's still alive.
Dr.
Don't sell tickets though from a crucified rock star. Huh? You
Yeah.
pieces of garbage.
Oh, they
Yeah,
don't
go ahead.
care. It's the money.
Uh,
Hey, that, they laugh all the way to the bank.
They sure do.
Yep.
They sure do. I was going to try and find this little bit. Okay, I'm going down too far.
Dr. Insomnia says no original members left. It's now a freaking tribute band.
That's all it is.
Really, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's turned into. Let me see. Average size. Okay, so I looked at this. This double trouble, double vision tour. The co-headlining. I think they've got. Are they the ones that have? Let me see. I don't want to misspeak myself. I have a feeling they're the ones that have got Loverboy. One of you could tell me. Do they have Loverboy printing opening? I think for certain shows, and then another band I never heard from because they're both co-lining. All right, so they're equal, right? So are they trading? Have any of you done? I couldn't find information. Does that mean that you've got Foreigner coming out last on one night, and then Lynyrd Skynyrd is the last show the other? Or does one of them open before the other pretty much consistently? Then you'll find who the real star, and that it's not a co-headliner, except that there's probably the co-headliner is all in the money. All right, I took a look at this. A headline band touring 20,000 capacity amphitheaters. That's where most of these guys are. Those are the largest venues these guys are touring. Okay? They're not touring 50,000 seat stadiums.
Yeah.
A lot of these are outdoor lawn areas attached to wineries or gambling at Indian casinos.
Yeah.
Or have got a lot of connection with the community around them, and it's even funded. We got one right here in Modesto. What is that theater called? And we get our dregs in, right? Okay, so you've got anything from 1,500 to 20,000. Let's say they're all doing 20,000 seats. And a headline band touring 20,000 capacity amphitheaters can expect to net between $3 million and $15 million in a single year, depending entirely on ticket prices. Hold on, baby.
Okay.
Merchandise volume and the overall length of the tour. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, babe, go ahead and I'll.
Mr. Michael Boswell came in with another $5.
Oh my goodness.
As usual, Michael has a lot to say.
What does he say?
Says, I am calling BS, Michael, Foreigner, charted with Johnny Edwards, Low Down and Dirty, Kelly Hansen, In Pieces, and When It Comes to Love.
Okay.
Okay.
How many of you people can hum those songs? I rest my case, Michael.
Oh no, oh no.
How about Hot Blooded? Can you hum a couple of bars of that for me, Michael? Hot Blooded? You know?
Do, 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 do.
Yeah.
I'm hot-blooded.
We all know what they're coming to hear, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. But good point. Keep me on my toes. Half the people watching me right now going, yeah, 20 on Michael Boswell. Boswell to take it by the nose, But, no, that's what I'm saying, though. Really, if you really want to get down to it,
Yeah.
all right? You know the hits they're coming to see,
Yeah, that's true.
right? Just try and not sing Carry On Wayward Son at a Kansas show. That's not going to work very well, right? Or Dust in the Wind.
T. Molinari says, why are you downgrading the Stones album before you actually have proof?
Because I went over this. There is an article that pretty much the top engineers for the majority, are saying yes, they hear the use of auto tune on the song Angry at Least off of Hackney Diamonds. And I have been getting 14% of my viewers. I said 10% for a long time. That was my guesstimation. Then I ran a poll. 14% of you feel that there's nothing real. Now I'm downgrading it because of the performance aspect only, and I'm willing to re-upgrade it right up to a 5.25. But at this point, especially with what's coming out regarding Mick Jagger and the use of autotune, I can't give it higher. I still love this album. I love this album. Bought this album. All right?
Yeah.
Right here at my fingertips, baby.
Yeah.
I love this album.
I know.
All right?
You do.
And a 4.75 is still. What did Rolling Stone give this? Or I know what Rolling Stone gave McCartney's The Boys of Dungeon Lane, another great album. They gave it 4.5 stars. And they consider it a great album. I'm giving this 4.75 stars. So it's not like I've given up on it. But I want to hear. You got to understand, throughout the history of my channel, I've been tracking AI and the problems around it. And we got to divide what AI is and what AI isn't. And for me, it's real easy. If you are enhancing a performance, I gave this example. I've got an Epiphone guitar, the same color as Jimmy Page, all right? Les Paul, right over here in the corner. If I strum that to you right now, you wouldn't be impressed. It doesn't have an amp. If I plug it into the amp, you can now hear the chords. If I plug it into a box or an amp that has special effects, I can turn that sucker into a Led Zeppelin sounding guitar right before your eyes. That's enhancing whatever it is I perform. A matter of fact, there's an argument that the electric guitar is not whole until it is plugged into effects and an amp. It's like only part of the entire rig of being an instrument. Okay? So I'm all for that. But if I make mistakes in my guitar solos and I'm recording and I'm selling to you, the viewer, or if I'm live and I keep making mistakes, so they just tape my solo and I just kind of move around real quick so nobody can follow my fingers, that's cheating. I thought the term was live, not Memorex.
Memorex, yeah.
Yeah, babe.
Oh, Michael Boswell said he's going to give you the point.
Okay,
After Kelly Hansen left Foreigner,
yeah.
the band is a complete cover band, but authorized by Mick Jones.
Yeah. I saw their, as a matter of fact, good point, Michael. Let's go over there. I saw their set list.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. Let me see. Foreigner. Which one has, wherefore art thou, foreigner? Ah, there they be, right next to Lynyrd Skynyrd. Okay. So here is Lynyrd Skynyrd's set list, okay? Working for MCA, What's Your Name, The Smell, Double Trouble, On the Hunt, Don't Ask Me No Questions, I Need You, Give Me Back My Bullets, The Ballad of Curtis Lowe, Tuesday's Gone, Tribute to Gary Rosington. Oh, aren't they special? Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's why we came. You're really Lynyrd Skynyrd because you do a tribute to Gary Rosington. Bullshit. Saturday Night Special, Simple Man, Give Me 3 Steps, Call Me the Breeze, which is J.J. Cale cover, but they're great at doing it. Sweet Home Alabama, Free Bird, and Happy Trails, Roy Rogers song. What the hell is this? Bon Jovi's covering With a Little Help from My Friends. Who else have we been to? Oh, they're all doing tribute songs. Oh, yes. Like, I want to hear Bon Jovi do With a Little Help from My Friends. I can barely stand Ringo singing it. Okay? All right? It's not one of my favorite Beatles songs. And if I had to choose a version,
Pour Ringo a pass.
I'd take...
Don't pick on Ringo.
Look. It's not one of my favorite songs, okay?
I know,
that's...
but you can't pick on my Ringo.
I know, not in front of you.
Nope.
Okay, well, all right, I'll say this. I don't follow Ringo's solo career. I want his Ringo album, might like a couple of his, or a best of album that covers,
Ringo is
his early hits.
underappreciated.
Huh?
Ringo is underappreciated.
Well, he is. I agree with you. He's in my top 10 drummers, and a
Remember
lot of
George.
critics will not
Remember
put him up
George.
that high.
George was underappreciated until they couldn't not.
The Beatles were magic, and when Ringo was with them, he was magic.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not cutting him down because I don't collect his albums. All right, I don't collect everything from George,
Yeah.
just his best stuff. The only ones that I collected everything, that I want everything, is Lennon and McCartney. Sue me.
Oh, well.
They were my favorite rock writers of all time of the 20th century until John died, and then Paul had another 30 or 50, 60 years, however it's been since then, to write even more great music and stuff. Okay, so I give him the nod as the greatest songwriter, only because John didn't have as much time. All right,
Yeah.
George became a good songwriter that could write on the level of Lennon and McCartney, but often didn't as well.
Yeah.
But I'm a major George Harrison fan. Right now I have All Things Must Pass, and I have the Bangladesh albums. I have 2 triple albums by him.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm going to get more. All right? I liked his last album, but his voice didn't sound because of his sickness, and I enduringly love that album because he was doing his best at the time of what he could sing, and he crafted those songs around it. He did it before McCartney did. Where did you think I got the idea? For years on this channel, I was the guy saying, you need to write for your older voice, McCartney. All right? And then start singing those songs and promoting your albums. Well, he finally listened. Or at least that's my story, and I'm sticking
Brian
to
Howell
it.
said Lynyrd Skynyrd died in the plane crash. It has been over for almost 50 years.
Right, right. And I thought, I had a couple of their DVDs. I liked them, just, but no, they're not. They were never the same after that. That's the genius,
Yeah.
Lynyrd Skynyrd, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you get to Foreigner, look at this. All right, look, all right, Michael, but he already seceded the point. But here's what they're playing. Okay, keep that in mind from what you suggested. Double Vision, Head
Yeah,
Games,
I love that.
Cold as Ice,
Cold
Waiting for a Girl Like You.
Oh,
I've been waiting.
Those are all iconic songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty White Boy,
Yeah.
Feels Like the First Time.
Oh, I love that.
And then here's another one. Bridge Over Troubled Water, Simon and Garfunkel cover. What the fuck's wrong with these people?
Oh, they want to stay in the spotlight.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
And this is happening because Garfunkel,
They're just addicts. They're
this happened
addicted.
because Garfunkel reneged on his retirement and is out, playing live.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't be. How about Urgent or Jukebox Hero?
Oh, I love that.
Long, Long Way from Home. I Want to Know What Love Is.
Oh,
Hot Blooded.
Hot blood.
Is there?
I mean, so many.
Yeah.
So many wonderful songs.
And with Bridge Over Troubled Water, you know what? That's pretty much the best list between these two bands.
I know you'll like this. Al Val said the Ringo album from 1973 is a classic.
I agree. I want it.
Way to go, Al Val.
Closest thing to a Beatle,
He hit a home run.
closest thing to a Beatle reunion that we ever got.
Yeah.
I bought it. I plan on buying it. I've said that many times. I like that album.
Yeah.
Some of the best stuff George Harrison ever wrote was on that album. Now, a lot of people give, Ringo credit for, well, he actually wrote Yellow Submarine. He wrote It Don't Come Easy. He wrote Photograph. No, he didn't. He co-wrote those songs. I mean, he had a basic idea, and George fleshed those songs out for him. So you can thank George Harrison for those wonderful cuts. It Don't Come Easy is one of my, that would be in my top 10 of post-Beatles songs. Just that song, Ringo Starr. That was my favorite song when that came out. I couldn't hear that enough. And I thought, oh my God. And by the way, it was Ringo who was the most successful solo artists for the first couple of years after the Beatles broke up. John and Paul couldn't get airplay practically.
Was that a very high bar, though?
Was that a very high bar?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
You probably would say no.
John Lennon was coming up with, Instant Karma, Power to the People, and then the Plastic Ono Band album, all right, which had Mother, Oh My Lover for the First Time. Oh, I love that. Even Oriental Notes. And he thankfully kept Yoko's name out of the song. Okay? I was so worried he was going to change that song to Yoko, I can hardly express. But wisely, I'm surprised he didn't. He called it Woman. You can write a love song to your wife and don't have to go, Kimberly, I can hardly express.
Hey, Dr. Rick is
Yeah,
going
babe.
to come up with a definition of AI for the band that we use.
Oh, good.
So
Please
we have
do.
our own definition.
Yeah, because I've been working on it, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've been closing in on it. I've still got some ideas because, I'm starting to think these vocal harmonizer things. You got a female robot on top of the guy,
Yeah. So Dr. Rick is going to come up with a term for it. So, unique to
Please
the
do.
tribe. Yeah.
Please do. I've adapted your ideas many times.
If you feel up to it, Dr.
Yeah.
Rick.
We also have, it's been a while since we've covered it, the Mount Rock Olympus Hall of Fame, because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame does a shit job. So we took it on over here. And not me by myself.
Yep.
You guys out there, some of you in the comments right now built that thing.
A lot of work, yeah.
Yeah, and we used Divining Dragon's system.
Template.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get nominated more than once, and we've got a couple that are already been nominated to 4th degree, 4 nominations, which makes them a gold winner of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They've gotten 4 nominations. How did they do that? Well, you've got Paul McCartney, who was in the Beatles. He also had a solo artist, solo vocalist nod, greatest bass player. He got nominated there. And what was the other? Did we get him in for Wings yet, or was that for something else?
We did.
Yeah.
I thought we did, yeah.
And if he isn't in for Wings, I will imagine down the line, knowing you guys, you'll vote him in. But right now, I think Lennon and him are both either 3 or 4, or tied at 4. Jimmy Page is in at 3 or 4. Robert Plant is. So, and we call that level gold. You get 1 nomination, bronze. All right. 2 nominations, silver. 3 nominations, gold. And then 4 nominations, that's platinum. Didn't we go with platinum? I think we went with platinum. And then 5 is diamond. And anything past that, you get a star. Oh. Diamond plus, diamond plus plus, diamond plus plus plus. And that's because there's no end, and you're never gonna freaking find Dolly Parton on this. I'll make sure of it.
Hall of Fame, yeah.
I do have one. I have veto power.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it. I'm a major Dolly Parton fan. All right. You're not gonna find Willie Nelson,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna find even Johnny Cash. That was the.
We don't love them.
Oh God.
Dolly and Willie.
You know what I think of
Yeah.
Johnny Cash?
They
Okay. First of all,
belong in
major
country
fan,
music hall of
and he
fame.
was the one guy I was actually contemplating. We could bring him in.
Yeah.
But I knew you bring him in and the whole neighborhood
Johnny
moves
Cash,
in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You can't get you let one in. See,
Yeah.
you let one LL Cool J in.
Hey, I like LL.
You wind up with a Missy Elliott. My God.
Hey,
They just don't stop knocking at your freaking door.
know.
I want one too. Misa.
know.
I'm very rock
What
and roll.
about, yeah.
Fuck you if you were.
Michael wanted to say the reason that he said Foreigner ended with Kelly Hansen is that Kelly could sing like Lou Graham when Lou couldn't sing like himself.
There's truth to that. And I've said it,
there is.
my one concession is Kelly Hansen is a great vocalist. And I will give him even another compliment. I mean, if he had joined, he did, a tribute band, because he did. You know, you don't get one half of the songwriting duo who somehow wrested away the ownership of the band away. Sounds very fake Guess Who-ish to
I
me.
like Miss Ben Lane's comment. She says it's okay to write a song to the wife, but not let her sing. She said she saw Yoko on show with Chuck Berry and John Screech. Damn, she says, John, that is love.
Oh God.
I like that.
Oh God. And it's like they didn't get it. You couldn't tell those two, you know, you're embarrassing.
Oh dear.
You know?
Oh,
You
dear.
just can't. You
Yeah.
just can't. And John often left to explain her. Another mansplainer who was
Like
theoretically
she said, that's love.
a woman empowering kind of guy.
Oh boy.
You know?
Michael Boswell came in with a deuce hammer.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
He's
my
been all
goodness,
over the
thank
place.
you, Michael.
What does he have to say?
Johnny Cash was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 1992.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Well, if anybody should be, it would be Johnny. It would be Johnny.
I was tempted. I was
But
tempted. He's
not
so
in
rock
our-
and roll in so
Yeah,
many
not
ways.
in our Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
But not in ours. No,
Country.
not even Johnny.
Country Hall of Fame.
And if I stand my ground on Johnny, I think I can defend against that. The rapper, you know, the rappers, what a joke, man. They've been taking the lion's share of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, certainly for the last 10 to 15 years, if not sooner. And guess what? They can't even sell as well as they used to. Nobody's interested in rap anymore.
Oh.
It's not, no, it's losing sales.
Yeah, it is. It hasn't been so prevalent.
There's been several times there's not a single rap song
Creative
on
crash.
in the top
They've
40.
been in a creative crash. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to see it die a horrible death.
I like some of it.
I don't like
do.
any
I
of
don't
it.
like all of it. I don't like it when it's just a bunch of slurs about women and you know, that's garbage. But there is some pretty good rap and hip hop.
Is there?
In my humble opinion.
Okay. Well, no. I'm being quiet.
Mine and Caitlin's.
All right. Oh God.
Is that okay, Caitlin?
Uh huh.
I
Caitlin was.
I threw that in, but I didn't.
All right. I was over on
I
Kate.
didn't approve it with Caitlin.
I was over on Caitlin's stream earlier
Yeah.
this morning, baby.
Yeah.
You know what? She was. She thought you know, if she typed it loud enough, you'd
Yeah.
hear it.
Aw.
She was demanding that you go get your axe
Yeah.
to
Oh,
shut me up over there.
She just told me the same thing tonight. I needed to go buy an axe.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Oh, this shit started earlier this morning, or around noon, 11 o'clock, I think, Pacific Standard Time for her.
Yeah.
Great channel. I make most of her streams. I love her. Great channel. She's tribal, but folks, sub her up.
Oh,
Sub her
she's
up.
tribal
And we fight
family.
all the time.
Tribal
I
family.
we fight more than Michael and I do, I think. I can't remember what got me into trouble over on her stream today. What were they talking about? I'm trying to remember. I at least I didn't bring out any Tatanka
Yeah.
remarks, you know. Maybe I should have. You know. That would have been good. Oh yeah. Oh, I was giving her. Well, they had an echo issue, you know, and we've had sound issues here, and they couldn't tell what was causing the echo, right? And that happened right after they were talking about this band, and I said, "That's what you get for talking about Echo and the Bunnymen." That's when she said, "Oh, Kimberly, go get your axe."
Oh my goodness.
And then I told her, "I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Yeah.
I'm a shit disturber, baby.
Yeah.
But so is Caitlin. It's not like she's a defenseless
She gets a
lass.
pass with me.
Nah, Caitlin's like a
gets a
cousin to me.
pass.
You know, she could so easily be one of my cousins in
Yeah.
my family.
Yeah.
On both sides, my dad and my mom's family. She's just good people,
Yeah. Oh,
regular people.
everybody in the tribe is wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, you all are.
Everybody
Yeah,
here is
definitely.
just wonderful.
But since you brought up Caitlin,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and she does have a channel, and I give her a bit of a shout out
Yeah,
here. You
go
know,
on over to
I'm
Caitlin's
over there
Magical
every time.
Corner.
Several of you were
Check out
over
her
there this
stream.
morning.
Yeah.
Okay, several of you that are in the comments were over there as well. Right, I appreciate it. A
Uh-oh.
lot of you have started
Do
coming
you
to her
agree
stream.
with Alval? Val says rap was promoted by the music business to kill rock music.
Yes, it was.
According to Billy Corgan.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
Billy says it too. Who else was it that was saying? Oh, yeah, John Mellencamp.
Oh, wow.
In an interview, he said, yeah, they killed it through MTV
I wonder
and
what
the powers
rap,
that be.
creators have to say about that. Oh, boy.
They'd say, bling does sing.
Here.
Woman,
Yeah.
bling does sing.
No,
Whatever
I know.
got us on the
They
charts.
would say you're being racist.
Who would? Because I'm trying to sound like a rapper?
No, because you're glad. No, whoever.
Oh, because I don't like
Billy
rap?
Corgan saying that it was created to kill the rock music.
Yeah.
They take big issue with
Right.
that.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Sure.
if somebody's saying I'm racist because I don't like
And
rap,
Michael
how
Boswell-
come all my great heroes, like you guys say Elvis Presley's, the king of rock and roll? I don't agree with you. I just had an argument with my brother Gary. That belongs to Chuck Berry. He could write a song, play guitars. That every guitarist out there, a lot of guitarists out there that know. How many of you grew up? You had to get through his riffs before you could go on to Van Halen. Okay, he wrote songs, top 10, number 1 hits. All right, great vocalist, and he's black. And all of my love from blues are primarily black artists. Starting with Robert Johnson, Billie Holiday, Muddy Waters. I can't. There's so many of them I've covered. So no, it's not a matter of me being a racist just because they have an inferior style of music in that camp of black artists.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay?
Well,
Guess what? I've spent all night tonight cutting down nothing but white artists. Shame on me. What a prejudiced motherfucker I am.
Michael Boswell says, "Wow, 2 hours."
Did we go 2 hours?
I wasn't. He's right. I
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention.
Well, no, this
Wow.
stream is taking care of itself,
Yeah.
baby. I mean, God, I can't wait to review this stream
Yeah.
because,
It's been a great stream,
Yeah.
everybody.
yeah, I had what I wanted to talk about. I knew what I could talk about, and it's all connected. Okay,
Yeah.
all of these. Matter of fact, by the way, we've got 65 thumbs up. Last time I looked, we were at 46, and I was gonna say something then, but please consider giving the
Oh boy.
Yeah, Michael's
Michael
in.
Came in again.
to give us a thumbs up. That helps us so much on the review. More people see this. Okay.
Michael says, "Without Elvis, you don't get the British invasion."
Yeah. I know. Michael, I've been talking to Gary all freaking night about this. Get off my back, man. My brother Gary, I just said, I'm sorry, I just don't buy that. I love his early Sun recordings. And then he goes, yeah, well, his voice wasn't that good at the end. And I go, Gary says that? And I go, well, even you say his voice wasn't that good at the end. And he goes, yeah, and I didn't care for, In the Ghetto and Don't Cry Daddy. I go, yeah, well, those are the two during his later career that I liked.
Yeah, me too. I
You know,
love those
and I
songs.
love his early stuff.
And I'm not-
And he actually acts really good in 2.5 of his movies. The others, I wouldn't give you a French fry for any of them.
Oh, Brian Howald is asking how to find Caitlin's channel.
Oh, it's called Caitlin's Magical Corner. Caitlin, feel free to leave a link.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get away with
I
it.
don't think you can leave a link on the chat though.
Oh, well, Ben Scheidecker did earlier. And
Caitlin's Magical Corner,
yeah,
and you'll find.
yeah, Caitlin's Magical Corner. And she streams on Wednesdays and Fridays most
Yeah,
days.
we love Caitlin, and go over and check out Caitlin's Magical Corner.
Yep, and she's got her crazy crew over there. She's got Sir James, Sinatra, Bowie, Lennon, Spiders from Mars, James over there. He's got the longest name on YouTube,
Yeah.
right? And she has Dawson, who has been an occasional fourth horseman over on the Four Horsemen channel. Of course, I'm talking about Royce's excellent channel. All right. So yeah, she's she's family,
We
folks.
love Caitlin.
I'd love to see her channel get to that
so would I.
hollowed 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, go over
I'd
and
like to be
subscribe
able to throw her a
Caitlin.
super thanks every once in a while. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd love to be able to do
That
that.
would be great.
We could do it.
You
You know,
could.
if everybody who's a subscriber on my channel went over there, she'd blow
She
up
would
like
blow
crazy.
up,
Yeah,
yeah.
just one
It's
tenth of
about
you.
time.
If
Yeah.
1/10 of you went over there, I mean, that would be like such a
Do
major.
do a solid today
Yeah.
and go subscribe.
And
to
she's
Caitlin.
family. She's good people. She's nice.
Yes.
She doesn't play it being anything other
She's
than
the
just
best
Caitlin.
kind of people.
Yeah, I love her.
And Michael wants you to know, don't get him wrong. He loves Chuck Berry.
Oh, I
as
know.
Does his dad.
Right.
I like that.
I know, but I'm just saying
Just say.
the social power of your statement is true. No Elvis. The four Mop Tops would probably be at the lead, but there were tons of others that were discovering Elvis and being Elvis, trying to do rock right along with the Beatles. They weren't the first to do it, but they were the first that grabbed the world's attention. Okay, and it wouldn't have been true if people like Buddy Holly, Elvis Presley, and even the Everly Brothers didn't exist. A lot of the Beatles sound and drive, if not look, of Elvis Presley, harmonies of the Everly Brothers, right? Okay, and Buddy Holly, the songwriting capabilities, and the stage presentation of Elvis Presley.
Oh, Caitlin put a link up.
Oh, good.
Wow.
All right.
How did she do it?
Good.
That's
Well, I was saying, Mike, I actually,
awesome, Caitlin.
I pinned Michael's, and we haven't even discussed that. He gives us a link to Tony Iommi's channel.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Now, Tony Iommi has had a channel since 2019, so he's a bit of a long time YouTube content creator. He's, a little over twice as big as my channel, right? And he, of course, he's Tony Iommi. He's Tony freaking the Riffmaster Iommi, you know? So, anyway, what's that you're saying, baby?
Oh, I'm just saying I love the tribe so much.
Oh, I know.
Dude.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I knew that's what you were saying. That's why I pointed
I
out at her.
A big
Right.
lift.
But he's got a big thing coming on the 29th. This is right around the death of Ozzy. I'm thinking that it has something to do with that, right? So I went over. I had never been a subscriber. I subscribed, and I'm going to be waiting for it. I pinned it here so that you guys can go there. Go to Caitlin's channel first, though. Then get over and hit this one from Ben Scheidegger. Let's take care of family. Then we'll take care of our rock heroes. How's that sound?
Amen.
Yeah. I'd love to see Caitlin get a big bump up
Al
tonight.
says, Buddy Holly.
One of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorites.
I love Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
Too. What an inspiration.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the grandfather of the classic rock and roll
He is.
songwriter.
Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
The
Well,
Big
he didn't write
Bopper.
that. That
No,
was
the Big Bopper.
yeah. No, that wasn't the Big Bopper.
Wait.
Great Balls of Fire. You're talking about
Yeah.
the Killer. I always have trouble with his
The
name.
Big Bopper, I thought.
No, Big Bopper did Chantilly Lace.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got it confused.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Oh, you're thinking of the three in the plane crash, right? Richie Valens, Big Bopper, and then Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
You know where that was? That was Lake County,
I know.
but not our Lake County.
Not
We
our
used to
Lake
live in
County,
Lake
that's
County,
right.
but Lake County, California.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So whenever I see that,
I know, we
I go,
think
oh
of
my
Lake
God.
County here.
At first I go, did he die in California?
I know.
I didn't know there was another Lake County.
I know.
There's got to be 42 Lake Counties. You know
Yeah,
there's
it
got to
was
be, right?
east. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, I had a fun time tonight, and we went way over what I was planning to. Again,
It's been great.
yeah,
I've
I
loved
just
it.
wanted to test out for Friday nights because I've done them a couple of times, and I always got a better audience than I anticipated on a Friday night. And then it realized to me, I'm going, I'm bound to lose some of you sometimes on Friday night if I switch this to a permanent thing. Because we're not so old and decrepit that we don't go out on a Friday night. But I think a lot of my viewers go out on a Friday night a lot less, maybe once a month. You know, I know that's kind of us. We don't do the gotta go see a movie, gotta go do that once a week or anything like that. It's almost not worth the effort these days, especially with the horrible movies that are out. You know, and so you're not really, and great movies that they keep making part two, part three, part 92, and they just get progressively worse. It got so bad Marvel can't make a good movie, although it looks like the Avengers could break that curse. But yeah, I was a big fan of their movies, old comic book fan from way back when I was a boy. And I like the artsy fartsy films
Oh, and
sometimes.
Michael gave you a thumbs up. He says you did great tonight.
Thank you.
That's a compliment from
It
the
is.
boss.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Michael, if you knew
Thank
what
you, Michael, for
we
all your
had to go
support.
through to get up live tonight, both Kimberly and I'm not going to, tell tales out of school here, baby. But I'm amazed we got up here and got this. This has been one of my most enjoyable streams, first of all. And Kimberly and I just barely got up here. So many things happening in the background, you know, and I won't elucidate, but we got up here and it has been, I'd say, we put on quite a really big shoe tonight, baby.
Yes, we did.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We did.
Michael and Kimberly.
Yeah.
And their backing band, The Tribe. You know? My God. And we had so many comments, and we had, I've seen, we lost some viewers there, and now we're back into the 40s. We were much higher than that. At the heart of all of this, it was good to see you all in, right?
Yes.
And hope to see you on Sunday. I'm going to, current plan, day after tomorrow, I'll do it at 5,
Yeah.
right? Today I did it at 6, because if I didn't do it at 6, it wasn't going to get done. And you know what? It wound up that several of you were able to make it because I held it off at 6. I know that Nestor had guitar lessons, and he always lets me know, I'll watch it on the replay, when I get home.
Yeah.
And so sometimes a little later works out for some of you. And if the little later didn't work out for you guys, and you're watching this secondhand on replay, I'm sorry, but it's better late than never. That's my plea to the court, Your Honor, right?
I like this, what Michael wrote. He wrote, music is a discussion, not a war.
Right.
That very well put, Michael.
Right.
Very succinct.
Yeah. And like I said, we had plenty of drama as far as us agreeing, disagreeing. But guess what? I love each and every one of you. And I never hold my viewpoint. It works for me. It doesn't, my opinions sometimes works for Kimberly. But I'm not 100% with her on my opinions at all, right? But I never stop loving her.
Yeah.
It's not.
He may want to strangle me sometimes. But...
Well, there is that, but.
And now he's got Caitlin on the other end.
But I'm too much. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Caitlin comes.
Estrogen rules.
Yeah. It's estrogen and axes, I fear,
and
baby.
Soto wrote, I love Lowrider. War.
Oh yeah.
Low rider. Come on, hon.
Oh God. Take a little
Let's go
slower.
get the,
Low
congas.
rider.
Get the congas. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite cuts. You know, we were talking about Magical Summers, my brother and I.
With War.
Yeah.
Great.
We were talking about all those magic songs from, because I was there. Oh, by the way, it wasn't, it was Andy Williams that I was quoted. I can't help from losing you or something like that. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Andy Williams, man. But we had all these great songs from our childhood. I remember One Summer Alone, man. You got Put the Lime in the Coconut, Drink It All Up. You got Layla. You know, you got Still a Young Man by Tower of Power. Okay, you had Badfinger hits beyond just uh, 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 Lime and the Coconuts version of their song, I Can't Live If Living Is Without
Oh,
You.
and I
You
love
know?
Loving Spoonfuls. Hot damn.
Yeah,
Summer in the city.
yeah.
Back of my neck. Getting hot and gritty.
And
Like
of
that.
course, Sha la 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 la, live for today. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I mean, all these great songs, and you wonder why rap isn't selling anymore. And rock is on the incline. Still not the number one. May never regain that. But it's regained its dignity because it's growing, rap
Aaron
shrinking,
Wilson.
rock
Yeah.
good, rap bad. Okay? And I know a lot of you don't agree. I like so and so. My brother, yeah, I don't care for a lot of rap, but
Aw.
you know, Eminem, Michael, he's pretty good. I go, except that he raps, but
Yeah.
I agree with him. He writes great
Michael
lyrics.
Boswell
He
said,
does.
I get carried away at times, but Michael and I have more in common than we have differences.
Right.
And
And I
like
get
you
carried
said,
away too, Michael. You know
yeah.
that. I mean,
I love it though.
Yeah.
That's when magic and the greatness happens because we have differences of opinion.
yeah, that's why.
what makes it great.
Yeah, that's why I love my brother Gary. I mean, we disagree 110%, and to the point of yelling at each other.
I like that.
You're don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Gary. And then the next day is, hey, bro,
Hey,
what's going on?
Dwayne New Lady
You know?
is playing the Welcome Back Cotter theme.
Oh,
I
is he?
like that.
Yeah.
That's a good closing theme.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I could.
Love it.
I could go. No, that'll be another hour.
Yep.
That would be another hour.
Oh gosh.
You
and
know?
we will have more discussions on all that great.
Oh God,
great
no,
music.
we barely. But that's why I wanted to introduce you. It's been a while since we talk about the dangerous aspects. This won't be the last stream we'll ever do on it. Matter of fact, that's part of the mission, is to correct what they're doing to rock and roll. This channel is a country unto itself. We have authority to get our own damn Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Mount Rock Olympus Hall of Fame. We can draw up our own charter, what's not good or bad. And we're doing that slowly. And when I can get the majority of the tribe to agree to the top tens, and whether I have to change my opinion slightly or you have to, and we go with the whole thing, then we'll have a Magna Charta,
A Magna Charta. I like that.
you know?
Yep.
And then we'll be ready for war because war is coming.
Oh yeah. Three Dog Night.
And I'm just the damned war horse to lead the charge.
Oh yeah. We could get carried away and just go on into the night with this.
Oh, I could cuss all night. Well, you know me, baby.
No, I mean discussing like Three Dog Night,
Yeah.
like
Oh, Three
Joy
Dog.
to the World.
Yeah, and they're one of those bands that, I don't usually like those kind of bands. And I love Three Dog Night.
I know, so do
I even like a Gary Newman song.
Yeah.
Or Randy Newman, Gary Newman. Randy Newman. I got Gary on the brain. He's the one that wrote Mama Told Me Not to Come.
Hey,
I can't
that's a
stand his
song,
songs.
Gary on the Brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Short people, short. No, that's brilliant, Mike. Oh, shut up, Mazzy. Anyway, all right. Yeah, the group of New York writers that put him on the list, but somehow couldn't put Billy Joel
Oh,
on.
what about Roth?
Idiots.
Hey.
Who?
Blue Jean Baby Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that song.
David
You got me
Essex.
going. I love that song.
Yeah, one hit wonder.
Yeah.
David Essex.
I
Oh
was
God,
just
that's
a little teeny bopper when that came out.
oh, that's
Yeah.
the slapback hit of the decade, man.
I know.
Yeah, that one and Radar Love.
What a great
They
song.
all had that kind of same feel. Radar Love.
Radar. Yep.
Twilight Zone.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about the Manhattan Transfer,
And I like
but
Gary Wright.
uh,
Sorry.
the same band. Who is it that did Radar Love?
Oh.
Golden Earring.
Golden Earring.
You know, I'm stuck in a twilight zone. But Manhattan Transfer, that is the twilight. I'm all for that shit, man. You can get me with my own
Okay,
old TV shows alone.
Excuse me, I've
Yeah,
got
baby.
to wind Michael down.
I've been getting this in the background. That's why I've been doing it.
Oh, no.
I've been going too long.
Michael.
I'm about ready.
I don't want to wear out our welcome.
I know.
Okay?
I know. Well, the wear out of the welcome happens when we don't have any viewers, baby.
Oh, well, we don't want to get to that point.
Yeah, I know. No.
I
And this has got to be a bit of a record breaker. I mean, we're coming up on 2.5 hours now. I've done a couple of shows where we went over 2 hours, but not very many, right?
No.
Yeah. I enjoyed this, folks. I'll see you on Sunday. And if you were one of the few who first gave me thumbs up and you saw the original card, you'll see that on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm chasing. I'm in search of. Hi, I'm Lynyrd Skynyrd, and I'm in search of the top 10 albums of rock and roll so far. And I can only find 8, baby. You know, in one way, it's been an absolutely record-breaking year for great albums. In another way,
Just one more.
not so much. What's that?
Dwayne New Lady says Chilliwack, great Canadian rock band.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Chili, I like that name.
I have heard of them. I've
I
never
like-
heard
I'm
them.
gonna check that out.
Yeah, would you do a screenshot on that, and I'll check that
Yeah.
out.
I will.
And
Thank you, Dwayne.
Save both those screenshots I need to look on afterwards.
Okay.
Always giving me homework, these guys.
I
You know?
know.
All right, guys, I enjoyed this. I know we've probably
Okay.
overstayed our welcome a little bit, but I
Blessings.
had a ball tonight. I
Me
didn't want to
too.
quit
It was a great.
because I didn't have a great morning.
Tribal forum. That's great. I loved it.
Yeah, this more than made up for a flat morning. Okay, really did.
Yeah, we stumbled a little bit before we got.
Oh, to
on,
get up
but-
here was damn near impossible. All right, guys, I'll see you on Sunday at 5, Tribal Forum, number 152, unless, again, I told you last night, I may change this if a news item hits me the right way. And that's what happened this morning. When I saw these articles, I go, God, this is a video or a stream. Right here, it's writing itself right in front of me, all right? But we'll get back on track on Sunday. I want you all to return, okay? And we'll go right up to when Royce from the Four Horsemen, he's going to be talking more about Ozzy Osbourne. I already did my stint on that last Wednesday.
1 year.
All right, but Royce is going to have his turn at it, and the Four Horsemen are going to take on that whole thing, okay? All right, folks, I'm Michael Noland. This is The Bottom Line, but when I stream, it is
I'm
the
Mrs.
Tribal
Michael
Forum,
Nolan.
and she is Mrs. Michael Noland, and
Yeah.
this has been Tribal Forum 151. We finally tipped over 150.
50.
All right, guys, talk to you later.
Good night.
Night.